Welcome to another episode of AI Versus, powered by SIKE. In this episode, we dive into the Australian federal budget papers. We'll take a look at different ways you can analyze it with SIKE. First up, by querying the documents. Then, running an AI project team. Finally, by running some instructions in our Dreams area. We've loaded the papers into a new nodule, and here we ask for a summary of the 440-page budget paper 1. Cost of living measures. Inflation target bands, pre-election outlooks, and forecasts are on show here, along with $32.2 billion in budget improvements amongst other highlights. Next, we ask what the papers say about the support provided for the innovation and technology industries. Quantum computing is highlighted, along with R&D and a $448 million satellite program. Scientific capabilities, STEM programs, and AI and robotics are highlighted too. We also get $288 million for digital IDs and $1.1 billion for tertiary education and more. Let's ask our next question. Change of pace here. Let's see what an economist persona might say in a critique of the budget. They might question the assumptions behind the surplus projections, as well as seeing the cost of living measures as short-term, rather than root cause fixes. The sustainability of these fiscal measures could be scrutinized too. It's definitely a balancing act needing to be performed. But in terms of understanding what's going on, AI and SIKE are certainly handy. Next, let's try a more complex query. Here we're asking if there's anything giving clarity to a tech company, considering a move overseas. Support for the payment times reporting regulator. Support for the small business debt helpline. Improvements to the franchising code of conduct. And more support for disputes resolution are mentioned. Blockchain and digital assets get a mention around regulations and licensing, as well as $20,000 for instant asset write-offs. Next, let's create an AI team that could do a deep dive analysis. In the team section for this nodule, we've set up different agents to look at different parts of the budget papers we have loaded. From detailed analysis to strategic recommendations, they all have their particular focus area. The final worker is tasked with analyzing the previous worker's outputs and synthesizing that into a LinkedIn post. We'll run the project now that we're ready, and the AI agents will start to showcase their work, which we'll skip forward to. Here, the first worker is doing their document review, and we'll speed this up. They cover blockchain and AI, and now we're ready for worker 2. They dive into funding, then regulatory changes, as well as government initiatives across AI and blockchain. Worker 3 works out the impact assessment, including looking at adjustments for business strategies and opportunities for partnerships with government programs. For the fourth agent, it's all about strategy, and it highlights the sustainability focus, diversification, and cost management measures. It also highlights R&D, risk management, and more. Synthesizing all of this is our last agent who pieces it all together for a LinkedIn post. We've given it instructions to also categorize into government support funding, regulatory adjustments, and strategic opportunities. Setting up these teams with set context and clear instructions ensures reliable and less random outputs. Now that it's all done, we can copy and paste this and create a LinkedIn post if we want. But we have one more thing to show you. In the SIKE Dreams area, which is where we bring ideas to life, we've copied a few different articles about the budget we've found online. Alongside this, we have an instructions note. This details what we want the query to be about. We want this to be a senior political economist and that they should look at key themes as well as give an opinion. We also highlight how we want them to write, with minimal analogies and being straightforward. We also want a historical quote. Then we can simply say run instructions, and we start to see the magic happen. Sped up again, but first up, we can see the key themes across these articles. And then the political economist point of view, highlighting a more Keynesian approach of this budget. At the end, we get an appropriately Keynesian quote from John Maynard himself. Bit morbid as it might be, though. Putting in an instructions note means that we can run that query again, as before saying, run instructions. And we can see the magic repeat. Getting a similar output increases that reliability, or as we've highlighted in blogs, reduces that stochasticity, aka randomness. Pretty important if you want to have reliable AI. Let's speed ahead to the output. Looks pretty similar to the initial piece to me. So there you have it, folks. A couple of different ways to dive into the budget papers with SIKE. See you in the next episode.